Greetings, my friends. I'm Andrea, astrologer, and I welcome you to the weekly forecast for the last week in May, from May 26th to June 1st. Actually, it is really a nice ride, a beautiful ride. As we mentioned in the last weekly video, we expected a new high, and we have a new at the highest for Bitcoin. So what a month. So the question is, how will the month end? For sure, this week we have a Sun-Mercury Cazimi and key sextiles that will wave the crypto journey this week. So let's explore it. As always, I will start with the global astrology so that you see the main trends astrologically in the financial markets day by day. Then we will go into details with members on Patreon about the evolution of Bitcoin, Ethereum and altcoins. Of course, now with the new shift into the sidereal Aquarius, we will get other things into focus. And I do have also a surprise for you, which will be an interesting share, I hope. So stay mid-video, and we have also the weekly highlight directly from the BTC horoscope at the end, so stay tuned for that. Before I start, I want to pinpoint the fact that the weekend astrology, the previous weekend, is always important, so have a look at it. I will link the previous weekly video, so let's dive into it. Monday, May 26th. Bullish is the name of the game. We do have key sextiles starting the week with Mercury, which is the planet associated with trading and market activity. We have a Mercury sextile Saturn, which points towards positive news that are of regulatory nature, and they are meant to bring more stability and structure in the future in the trading activity as such. Then we do have Mercury sextile Neptune, which buoys market optimism and fuels the trading activity in a bullish, positive way. Again, I remind, we have also the weekend, so it might be also a mix of this, but Monday is in general bullish. Tuesday, May 27th. The bullish momentum carries over with a Mercury trine Pluto, which talks about an increase, a rise in institutional investments. If this is not the case really at the time, then it would be some legislative news and regulation that will trigger such investments in the near future. Wednesday, May 28th, we don't have a global astrological event which is exact for the day today. And now the share that I wanted to make, it is about sharing with you the last week astrology that I published for members, so that you have an idea of what can you expect. So it is from the past, of course, but this will help you see the format and if this would be useful for you. We have a recent format change, therefore I want to propagate it and I had very good feedback so far. It is about putting all main artifacts, which are Bitcoin, Ethereum, and gold, so basically the XAU, which is the gold and silver index, head to head. And this is along with the weather calendar, which is the global astrology that we discuss here. You would get this really compared day by day for the whole week, including the previous weekend, which usually is very important at the beginning of the week. And this is something that I hope you will find interesting. So this is linked here. Have a look if you are interested. Thursday, May 29th, we do not have a day level aspect except today in the global astrology, which means that the whole price action will be shaped by the daily and hourly aspects which are active in the BTC horoscope. If you are interested in these details, you can find them in the BTC hour by hour, which is prepared for you for the last week of May. Global astrology is half of the picture. It is basically the weather, but it matters a lot to really know what happens in the Bitcoin horoscope at the time in order to be able to anticipate the price movement in a more accurate way. Friday, May 30th, we do have a powerful close of the working week with the Mercury Sun Cazimi, which can bring for sure an uplift, a local peak for the day. So it will be interesting to see what the volume is and how much we can expect. Saturday, 31st of May, the last day of the month, doesn't have a major astrological aspect except for the day. Sunday, June 1st, we have a mysterious and interesting global astrological aspect, which is actually spilling over into the next week in terms of influence, and it's a Venus-Chiron conjunction. Chiron is the wounded healer, and usually it signifies a retest of a previous level. It would be a consolidation in a positive way, or could it be a temporary retracement? It is hard to say, to be honest, and we will see what the momentum is, and the indicators will tell us, but it's a interesting way to start June in any case, so watch out for this on Monday the next week. And now this week's highlight, as promised, but basically today, surprise, I don't want to talk about Bitcoin, but rather about Ethereum, because it is a more eventful configuration, and it is long-term with a sextile, which is a positive aspect, the finger of God, how we call it, from Jupiter towards the natal Jupiter in the Ethereum horoscope. And this points towards an increase of the market cap in the next months, as I mentioned also previously, if you saw my videos. So I do think here it is a possibility that we get a sort of stagnation, consolidation for BTC for a while, because we had a big upwards movement lately, and now it would be the time for Ethereum and altcoins to start growing in a more powerful way. Maybe not all of them. We know that we have recent shifts in these growth triggers. Both Jupiter and Rahu, the North Node, changed signs in the sidereal zodiac, so we will have maybe other choices for big growth, but I think in general it can be an uplift of altcoins as such, or at least this is what we hope. We do have also the conjunction between Venus and Chiron, and this is what I mentioned for Sunday. Actually, this is really a interesting aspect in the sky that if it will turn positive and we still have volume, it will be a sort of catalyst in repairing, so to speak, in getting prices upwards for altcoins, because many of them really dropped a lot. I do not know if this will be a recovery that would be very wide in terms of altcoins, but it is a reason to hope that we could have a good development, putting these two together with the positive aspect on Ethereum on one hand, and this Venus-Chiron conjunction that, the caveat is that this can play out actually in both directions, to be honest. Even if BTC would really drop, if it doesn't drop a lot, still we can hope that altcoins can grow, or at least some of them, but not such a few, let's say, like in the past. I would really expect a bigger, a higher magnitude here, and also more altcoins that go into that direction. So future will tell us quite soon. I think we have 1 week ahead to see how this will unfold. Of course, we do have the macro situation all the time as a threat, or it can be a supportive aspect for crypto. So it's important to watch the news, to continue to do that, because we do have this energy of Jupiter in the sidereal Gemini, which is quite oriented towards news that would drive the increases of prices. Thank you so much for your time and for liking and subscribing. I appreciate that. It helps the channel, and until next time, be joyful.